Hey guys, what's going on? Game Boy here. Welcome back to another video. So before we get into this video, I am going to be talking about some pretty serious things. So here's just a quick trigger warning if you're triggered by murder or pedophilia. Just a quick trigger warning before we get into it. And I'll let you know when we get to those stories to give you one more. This first story comes from the Amnesia series. So all of the games, including the new one, is now getting a bundle over on Steam. And the developers Frictional Games tweeted out this. They said, happy to announce the brand new Amnesia Recollection bundle on Steam. Through the bundle, you can buy all the Amnesia games you don't own at a 20% discount. And for this next story comes from Bakugan Armored Alliance. Nothing really happened with this. It is coming to Netflix on March 15th, so look out for that. Okay, here is your first trigger warning. If you are triggered by murder, please either skip ahead to this time frame or click off right now. This is very serious. This comes from Call of Duty Mobile. A professional player by the name of Guilherme, I'm guessing I said that right, he actually admitted to killing another player named Soul. He apparently admitted to this in a group chat. I think it was on Snapchat, I can't remember. Twitch streamer named Portillo tweeted out this. A COD Mobile FEM player from Brazil was brutally murdered this week. It looks like the murderer also recorded videos and shared to his friends. This is beyond insane. Sending my most sincere condolences to her family and friends. And Latinos in Gaming tweeted out this and said, we are heartbroken to learn about the tragic loss of Soul, Ingrid Oliveira Bueno da Silva. We condemn the actions against Soul and believe that gaming and esports should be a safe space for Latino women. This next story comes from the Darkstalkers series. So Kotobukiya actually announced that they are going to be making 3 figurines of characters from this game, and right now only one of them is confirmed, and that is Morrigan. And they tweeted out this. 3 characters from Capcom's iconic Darkstalker series will be joining our Bai Shujo lineup. First up is Morrigan. Next in the lineup is Felicia and one more mystery character. Stay tuned. And this next story comes from Destiny 2. Pretty unfortunate, but the expansion pack called the Witch Queen has now been delayed to next year. And this next story comes from Destroy All Humans 2. We could potentially be getting a remaster of this. So the official Destroy All Humans Twitter tweeted out this. They said, report to the mothership immediately. We have an extraordinary situation. The humans are celebrating a festival called Midweek Madness on a secret digital platform called Steam later today. And you know what they did? They dared to cut our price in half. And then THQ Nordic said this in a follow-up tweet and said, it's time for Midweek Madness. Get Destroy All Humans at 50% off on Steam right now. And don't forget to watch the trailer all the way to the end. At the end of the trailer, a lot of people are saying that it could potentially be a teaser to us getting a remaster of Destroy All Humans 2. And this next story comes from Doom Eternal. So part 2 of the Ancient Gods has actually been rated over in Australia. And a lot of people are making the assumption that we could get an announcement about this fairly soon. So Australia VGC Classifications tweeted out this. They said, game, Doom Eternal, the Ancient Gods Part 2. Rating, R18+, platform, multi-platform. Descriptors, high impact violence, blood and gore, and online interactivity. So pretty much it's just a copy and paste of the rating. I'm assuming because it could potentially disappear. And this next story comes from Dragon Age 4. So the multiplayer has now been cut from this game. And this is according to Bloomberg. It says Dragon Age is a series of fantasy games from the EA-owned developer BioWare. The next Dragon Age, which doesn't yet have an official title or release, had previously been designed with a heavy multiplayer component, said the people who asked not to be named because they were not authorized to speak to the press. It has transformed into a single-player only game after EA was stung by a recent multiplayer flaw. This next story comes from the Dragon Ball series. So last week on Thursday was the series' 35th anniversary, and the internet decided to celebrate. My personal favorite YouTube channel called The Runaway Guys, I grew up watching these people, so link is definitely down below for you to check them out. They said, wow, the Dragon Ball anime is 35 years old now. Absolutely love it. Really hope that Super comes back again. It's an anime that may be cliche, but not as engrossing as other anime stories, but it's literally a popcorn anime for me. Plus, I love getting hyped by big moments in it. And another YouTuber with over 8,000 subscribers named Applecan Zyro tweeted out this and said, Dragon Ball anime is 35 years old today. Episode 1 aired in Japan on February 26, 1988. Legend. Alright, this next story comes from FIFA 20. I kind of have mixed feelings on this, so I'm just going to play it safe and not give my opinion. But a YouTuber with over 100,000 subscribers named Kurt0411, he actually got banned from playing this game. Pretty much what happened is he got mad at the game and just completely went off. I think at one point he even took a scarf that had EA's logo on it and he even spit on it. And, you know, obviously this led to him getting banned. Now this happened in November of 2020 which means that we haven't heard from him ever since. Recently, he came back and uploaded a video titled "The Moment of Truth, Am I Finally Free?" And in the video, you can tell that he clearly wants to take full responsibility for this. And, you know, he also explains why he can't come back. And he even says that he understands and that he just wants a second chance. And then the next day, he tweeted out this and said, "End of the day, I have never said anything I shouldn't have. This is just deeper than anyone thinks. They didn't want me competing at events because they were scared I'd win them over. Now I'm the second biggest streamer of their game. They're scared I'll overtake their golden boy." This next story comes from Final Fantasy VII Remake. So last week on Thursday was a state of play. They showed off some gameplay of the new Five Nights at Freddy's, which I am personally excited for. But they also revealed a couple of things along with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think they had a Battle Royale version, a new mobile game for it. They actually revealed an updated version of this game. It's going to include Yuffie, photo mode, and a new difficulty, and this is going to be coming out June 10th, so look out for that. And this next story comes from FullMetal Alchemist. So there are now characters from this series getting Funko Pop figures that you can now pre-order, and if I can find it, I'll leave a link to it down below. And this next story comes from Gears of War. This isn't really a story, more of just a correction, because I didn't see this last time I talked about it. Anyways, under that tweet, when they tweeted out the Gears of War 2 box art, they said, "We love the enthusiasm, but we're all Gears 5 up over here." And this next story comes from the upcoming God of War, Ragnarok. Nothing has been confirmed. I want to get that out of the way real quick. Anyways, Corley Balrog tweeted out this, and he said, "I don't know who needs to hear this, certainly not me since I have never heard of it, but when it's done, trust that it's what's best for everyone." And after Corey tweeted that out, everybody's been speculating maybe Ragnarok has potentially been delayed. Okay, kind of a weird trigger warning, since we're not really talking about the pedophilia story yet, but this does kind of make me mad a bit. This comes from GTA 5. So, guess what the state of Illinois wants to do? They want to ban violent video games, and the internet is not happy. They actually clapped back and started attacking them. And a YouTuber named Silent Sentry is not happy about this. Silent Sentry tweeted out this, and he said, "They used a clip of my RP character, Ziggy, getting robbed on Fox News to help demonstrate how violent video games cause violence. Life milestone unlocked?" This next story comes from Gran Turismo 7. This has now been delayed to 2022, so gonna have to wait a bit longer for that. This next story comes from Immortals Phoenix Rising. This is getting a comic book. I did not expect this. And it comes out September 22nd, so look out for that. And now for the probably the serious thing I've talked about in this video. I'm going to be putting a timestamp up right here if you want to skip ahead. Quick trigger warning for pedophilia. Anyways, this comes from League of Legends, and a player named Quaz has actually been exposed for his predatory behavior. So a Twitter user named Ilya tweeted out this, and this is how it started. She said, "Why is a 29-year-old adding my friend after asking them if they're an e-girl in-game, asking about where they live, and asking for their stream link to subscribe, even after knowing they're 17? And then she shares a screenshot that says, "Hi, are you okay, my guy? You're a 17-year-old female, yes?" And then she said in a follow-up tweet, she said, "At Quas, stop messaging underage girls, you fucking freak." Now, Quas actually responded to this, and I can't find the original tweet because he later deleted it. But I'm going to have to go with this copy and paste version. Actually, I have nothing to be sorry about. Why did I even feel bad about something that was made up to put me in a bad light? I don't know. Thanks to those who stood by my side, not knowing all the facts, and to all others, you can go f*** yourselves. Have a good one, everyone. And Quas later tweeted this out. Once again, it was deleted, so copy and paste version once again. He said, "E-girl craving some e-attention, all because of shit-tier fathering. God bless the e-sport and the interwebs for many years to come. Inshallah, I love you all." Another user named Biora tweeted this out and said, "How hard is it not to be a disgusting human being? I actually don't understand it. Absolutely blows my mind. Please never let this guy near a team. So many more deserving people." And then later, Ilya tweeted this out and said, "Literally don't know who you are, but it's clear that many people are unsurprised by this behavior from you. So perhaps you feel attacked now that someone finally called you out. I don't care for attention, just want you to be held accountable for your actions." And then she shares messages on Discord that says apparently he is sexist. And then Ilya did some more digging and found another tweet that actually exposed him a while back. It's a user named Shia, and they said, "Wait, this guy added me and my friend and made super rude comments to my friend and asked her to vouch him to me when he's like 10 years older than me. He's weird AF." And this next story comes from the Life is Strange series. So a user over on Reset Era named Bing is actually claiming we are getting Life is Strange 1, 2, and Before the Storm all ported to the Switch. They also claim that we're getting a third and fourth game in the series. Anyways, a user named Milo asked Bing if we were getting a Switch port of the third game, and Bing responded with, "I haven't heard anything about the Switch, but I'm assuming not. I know that the third game is coming to PS4, PS5, the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and the PC." And this next story comes from the Mass Effect series. So we could potentially be getting a series of Mass Effect movies. So recently, Henry Cavill posted this on Instagram. It said, "Secret project or just a handful of paper with random words on it? Guess you'll have to wait and see." And if you look somewhere in the blurred text, you can actually see the name Cerberus. And I've never played Mass Effect, I've only played the third one. But I don't know who or what Cerberus is, I just know it exists in the series. Next story comes from Metal Gear Solid. I didn't know this, but nor was I even aware of this. This apparently has a board game. Well, that's now been cancelled. You can't really get that now. And this next story comes from Monster Hunter Rise. So this was actually confirmed to be coming to the PC not that long ago. And this was actually leaked back when Capcom was hacked. So yeah, we're slowly starting to see things from the Capcom leak get confirmed. And for this next story comes from the new Need for Speed game. There is no official art, so that's why I have the original art. This has now been delayed to 2022. And this next story comes from Nier Automata. 9S, who is a character from this game, is getting a Nendoroid figure, and I will leave a link to it down below if you want to get that. And this next story comes from Octopath Traveler. I never talked about this, but it actually reached kind of a big milestone. It finally reached over 2.5 million units sold. And this next story comes from Oddworld Soulstorm. So this finally has a release date. Some gameplay was shown off at the State of Play, as well as a release date, which is April 6th. And this next story comes from Overwatch. So an Instagram cosplayer with nearly 90,000 followers named Shalanen posted this and cosplayed as Diva. This looks absolutely amazing. And this next story comes from Panzer Dragoon 2 Zwei. So it's pretty much confirmed now that we are getting a remake of this. So a Twitter user named Carnage said, "When is the remake of Panzer Dragoon Zwei ever happening?" And then Saga. And then I kid you not, the official Panzer Dragoon remake Twitter responded with this and said, "We're planning to release Panzer Dragoon 2 Zwei remake this year." This next story is pretty insane. I didn't even think this would be possible. This comes from Paper Mario and Zelda Ocarina of Time. So a YouTuber with over 500 subscribers named JCog did a speedrun of this with the assistance of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Apparently you had to switch the cartridges out on the Nintendo 64 fast enough to, apparently you have to do a couple of things in Ocarina of Time. It's just insane. I can't remember how long it took him to beat it, but it's just insane. This next story comes from the Pokemon series. So I'm pretty excited about this, and I am definitely getting the remake of Diamond and Pearl the first chance I get. Not only that, but a brand new game was revealed, and that is Pokemon Legends Arceus. This looks amazing, very similar to Zelda Breath of the Wild, only as Pokemon, and I really want that. This next story comes from Splatoon 3. Did not expect this to happen, but the release date has possibly been leaked over on Amazon Italy. If you look at the release date, it says June 30th, 2022. Now, this could just be fake as a whole, or this could just be a placeholder date. I'm kind of leaning more towards fake, just because I've never seen a game's release date get revealed that quick and that far ahead. This next story comes from Stardew Valley. So last week on Friday was the game's 5th anniversary, and the creator of the game on Twitter, known as Concerned Ape, tweeted out this. And he said, "Today is the 5-year anniversary of Stardew Valley. Just wanted to say thanks to all of you for being a part of this. It's been really cool." And then later that day he said, "I've never seen so many thank yous. I'm accepting them, holding them, but then sending more back out. It's like a snowball fight, but with thank yous. I like it. Everyone is so polite and with a good heart. Bless you." And this next story comes from Star Wars Republic Commando. So it is now confirmed that this is coming to the Switch on April 6th. And this next story comes from Stubbs the Zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse. Not really a story, same with Gears of War 2, more just a correction. So I meant to talk about this in my last video, but I didn't. Anyway, the developers named Aspire Media tweeted out this, and they said, "I've got something special for those true fans of mine. Hold on to your guts and pre-order the Stubbs the Zombie I Dream of Stubbs Collector's Edition today." And I will leave a link to that down below if you want to get it. And this next story comes from Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero. So remember a couple videos ago I talked about how this was apparently leaked as a bundle for pretty much all the consoles. One of those consoles is now confirmed, and that is the Switch. And the release date is May 14th, so look out for that. And this next story comes from Terraria. Did not expect an update on this, but the Google Stadia version is now back in development. So the developers posted on their forums website, and towards the end of the post they said this. They said, as you may have noticed, we've had a ton of issues to kick off the year stemming from the locking down of Redigit's entire Google account in early January. After a month of pushing and with the immense support of our fans, Google finally reached out and was able to provide a lot of transparency around the situation and restore access to all of our accounts. Due to the hard work the Stadia team has put in, as well as our partners at 505 Games, we have decided that we will allow the upcoming launch of Terraria on Google Stadia to proceed. The Terraria Stadia build is based on the DR Studios 1.4.0.5 latest build and is currently at Google for certification review. And this final story comes from Xenoblade Chronicles. A character named Melia Antiqua is now getting her own figurine, and I will leave a link to that down below. While we're on the topic of Xenoblade Chronicles, I will say I recently played that for the first time ever. Never played Xenoblade before, but it is very addicting. I love that game. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. If you like it, leave a thumbs up, and if you're new, please subscribe. Definitely helps out a lot. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.